Okay, now we have a flat figure. Looks like they're going to fold it up into a box, where we know that the area of the whole figure is 405 centimetres squared, and they want us to calculate the perimeter. So they want us to calculate the outside of the shape. In order to do that, we have to first work out the length. In order to work out the length, we have to see how many squares do we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 squares. So the area of one square will be 405 centimetres squared divided by the 5 squares that we have. And that will give us 81 centimetres squared. So we know that the area of one square is 81 centimetres squared, and we know it's a square. So that the length is going to be the square root of 81, because the area of a square is length squared. Therefore, the length is going to be the square root of the area. So, whoops, that should look like a 1. It doesn't. So therefore we get that the length is 9 centimetres. So we now know the length of one of the sides. So this is now 9 centimetres. To get the perimeter, we have to count the number of edges, the number of sides that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it helps to put a little line through them so you don't miss one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or that you've got 3 multiplied by 4, giving you 12. So we have 12 sides at 9 centimetres each. Perimeter equals 12 times 9, which is 108 centimetres. So the perimeter of that shape would be 108 centimetres. Then we have a question about black and red sweets inside a box. We know that we have n sweets in total, number of, and we know that R is the amount of red sweets, and S is the amount of black sweets. Okay? Then it's asking you to explain, what does the expression mean when it says R plus 5 equals S? Well, it means that the number of black sweets is the number of red plus 5. So the black sweets are 5 more than the number of red sweets, because the number of black sweets are the number of red that you've got plus 5. So let's say that the number of red were 8. How many blacks would you have? You'd have that the black would have to be the number of red plus 5, so it would be 8 plus 5, it would be 13. So there will always be 5 more black sweets than there are red. So you have to explain that in word. So black sweets is always the number of red plus 5, or there are always, black sweets, it's always 5 more black than red. Okay, and you've answered that one. And then the next one is, what does the expression R over N mean? So the number of red sweets divided by the total. So it's the ratio. So R divided by N is the amount of red. It's the ratio of the red sweets compared with the total in the box. So ratio of red or fraction of red in the box. So you can answer either of those expressions to get the points there. Then we are transporting, so we're still on the theme of sweets and chocolate here. we're transporting a large box or block of chocolate. Block of chocolate that weighs 5 kilos. Could you go outside and wait, please, because we're going through, so you can't listen. So the weight of the box, the chocolate, is 5 kilos. Give 2 suggestions for the dimensions that the block could have. Well, we know that, what have they told us? They've told us that 1 decimeter cubed of chocolate weighs 1 kilo. So if we like to make 5 kilos, then we're going to need to make a block of chocolate that is going to have the dimensions of 5 decimeters cubed. That's going to weigh 5 kilos. So how could we make a shape that's going to be 5 decimeters cubed? Well, an easy way would be to do 1 by 1 and then 5 long. So this would be our easiest block that we could do. 1 decimeter length, 1 decimeter height, and 5 decimeters in breadth. Now, if we half that one and double that one, we're still going to get 5. If we calculate the volume here, length times breadth times height, 1 times 1 times 5, do our check. Let's keep the units in here. 1 decimeter times 1 decimeter times 5 decimeters is going to give us 5 decimeter times decimeter times decimeter, decimeter cubed. If we then increase the length by 2, so we now have a block that's 2 decimeters long, still 1 decimeter high, but now we actually halve this one. We doubled this one, so we have to halve this one, so we still get the same volume of 2.5 decimeters. And did a quick check here. Volume is length times breadth times height, which is 1 decimeter times 2 decimeters times 2.5 decimeters. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2.5 is 5 decimeters cubed. So that'd be the simplest 2 you could get. Double one, half the other, and you've still got 5 decimeters cubed.